To make this a little bit more sharper and more distinct, we want to, in the next 4 minutes, tell you something of an exciting thing that will be released today. We are living in historical times in terms of what's happening to the Sami indigenous peoples in the 4 countries where they live. Just a little over a month ago, the United Nations Human Rights Commission issued a moratorium regarding the Nelling community in this country that overruled on the highest national justice body, the Supreme Court of Finland, regarding Sami rights. At the same time, as Mika Flöt and representatives from the Arctic Center told us, Markku, the overall pressures, mining, climate change, biodiversity loss, many issues, the geopolitical concentration on the Arctic, further reinforce the fact that we are living in historical times. There's a sense of urgency. There's a sense of urgency of what to do if we are still trying to honor the goal of surviving indigenous communities in the Arctic. Therefore, what we have seen in Finland is continuous disappointment and failure of one government after another come to a peaceful solution regarding the land and water rights of the Sami and the Finnish state. So the state has failed in the past 20 years since last Rio conference to come to a peaceful solution with the Sami. What we are announcing today from the Snow Change Cooperative is a solution to this problem. It will not offer a political solution. That will always be between the Sami and the state and the various processes that are connected with that. But we are launching today the Sami land use and occupancy study to cover all the Finnish Sami areas over the next 3 years. But I hope to release it with you. Given the power and the number of organizations and the good people in the room today, I also invite you to a large coalition of organizations, starting from the Suomen Luonnonsuojeluliitto all the way to UN Association and other universities, the Arctic Center. I hope that Mika and Markku, you will take this invitation to your staff and colleagues to cover all of the Sami area of Finland in this wide-ranging land use and occupancy study. It has never been done before. One of the things that are missing on the table are always the ways the Sami are using the land. The different ways the place names are reflecting the thousands of years of culture and the contemporary situation. What we are doing today is that we are pledging 50,000 euros over the next 3 years on the table right now in cash and invite others to join resources to make this work. The 50,000 that I'm committing today on behalf of my organization will mostly tackle the questions of the area number 1 that you can see on the map, the Näätämö River watershed. This is the homeland of the Skolt Sami, who are represented today here with Pauliina Feodorov. And over the next 3 years, we'll be starting in Näätämö area to work with them, with her peoples, to make sure that the land use and the surviving knowledge is done in a respectful and honorable way to make sure that the messages will be heard. The 3 other pilot communities that we are first tackling, Nellim is precisely the community where the UN Human Rights Commission issued the moratorium. It's a hotbed for the Sami-Finnish state relationships. It's number 2 on the map over there. Third community, the Vuotso-Sompio region, is something that I mentioned to you this morning, those of you who came to the first session. It's the site of 2 largest reservoirs in Western Europe, constructed in late 1960s and 70s. According to international law, cultural genocide took place in this place against the Sami. The publication or the book Drowning Reindeer that you have with you documents this process for the first time in international arenas. And fourthly, one of the last Atlantic salmon spawning rivers and the larger watershed of Teno River will be the fourth pilot region. We have done over a decade of work in these areas, or a decade, on land use, climate change, oral histories and others. And as a model of this work, the lower map there on the right-hand bottom of my chart documents the eastern Sami areas on Kola Peninsula. Earlier this year, we released the Eastern Sami Atlas, 11 years of work of similar kind from the Russian side. This book here shows that it can be done. It's a definite document of over 5,000 years of cultural history, 65 maps, and research spanning decades, and then 10 years of reindeer herders' interviews and others. It's my great pleasure to present this to our former minister, Ombudsman Eva Biaudet, as a model of things to come.
Thank you. Thank you.
I will close in honor of our Indian friends. My colleague and good friend, Mr. Bankar Roy from the Barefoot College in India, Rajasthan, very often quotes one of your leaders, Mr. Gandhi. And he said, first they will laugh at you, then they will fight you, and then you win. Thank you.